So last time we covered all the shape modes, and now we are moving to the pathfinders, which are the main pathfinder. As you know that what is the pathfinder and the shape modes used for? They are used to create a different kind of shape out of the combination or subtraction or intersection of other shapes. So we have covered the shape modes, which were the simple one. Today we will start working on the pathfinders, which are the main pathfinders. Okay, divide we have already finished. Divide, what it do is that it just divide your object based on whatever you are trying to do. Okay, so let's see over here. What else do we have? We have here next one, which is a trim, merge, crop, outline, and minus black. Now let's see first what the trim does. Now these are some of these things kind of look like same, okay, but there is a difference and there is a particular use for that. Okay, so what I will do here is that I will create something here. Okay, but first of all I have to choose a color. Let me give a color, but no outline. So without any outline I will create something like a perfect circle with the shift key, and then I'll leave it here. And now what I will do is that I will just make another shape here, and I'll change the color of it. Sorry, the color of fill. Now I'll put this here and I will try to trim and see what happens. Now as you know, these unite this to the minus front, this put the intersection option, this is exclude, which is opposite of the intersection. This will divide this into three parts, 1 2 3. Okay, so just as a recap, if I will do divide now, so automatically it becomes a group. So I cannot do anything unless I go and ungroup it, and then if you will check, it will be divided into the three parts. Okay, so just like if you remember we did the pizza thing, that's what it do actually. So now we are back to normal, so I will select this one, and if I click on trim, you will notice that nothing happened here unless we go and ungroup this. And when you ungroup this and if you move, you will notice that what it did is similar to the divide, it did something here. But what does the trim do actually? Trim works exactly like minus front. But when you do the minus front, let me do one thing here to make it more understandable. If I will make two copies of this one, okay, on this one, on this copy I will use minus front. Now you can see the original like tool that was used to subtract is now gone. Only I have the target without and with that subtraction. And if I do the trim and then I ungroup it and I move the object, so you will notice it did exactly the same thing, but at the same time it kept my original shape as well. But if you're doing the minus front, it actually removes or deletes that front part, okay, that part which was in the front, the original part. But in the trim, it do the same thing as minus front, but it keeps this object. Okay, another thing like difference is if I select these two, press Alt on my keyboard and then press trim. So what it will do is that it will actually group it, and if I will group it and move around, okay, I think it is with the control, not Alt. Yeah, so I don't, here you can see it will not make it a compound object. But if I will do the same thing on the top one with the Alt and click the minus front, so what it will do, it will create a compound object. Just you can see that if I will ungroup this, or I will take my direct selection, like there is no ungrouping, so direct selection you can take, and you can see that the subtraction you can, or the minus, the front object you can move anywhere and it will be creating a subtraction. Better to understand, you can, I will move this whole thing with the selection tool here, and now you can better see the result. So that you can do with the minus front, but in the trim you cannot do that. Trim will only give you the result as it is, and you can ungroup it anytime, and if you will move it, you will see how it will create this option. Okay, so that's the difference between trim and exclude, because they are little like similar, but like this is a minor difference. So if you need an original not to get deleted, you will choose trim. If you don't care about the original part over there, which is used for subtraction, then you can use the minus front. Now let's see the next one, which is merge. Now there is a difference between unite and merge. So let me make a rectangle here, any color, and then deselect, and I will make a ellipse of any color. And if I will move it here, let's make a 2 copy of this. Now here, what I will use is unite. As soon as I will do the unite, you can see that it has become one object. Okay, and both of the colors were different. Okay, and but still it became one object. Now here, it's the same thing. Both colors are different. If I will select and choose merge, so you will see that they are merged together, but because of the color, it's not showing as they are like same as this. Okay, however, if I will go in the view and click on the outline, you will see it is completely merged, united. But here you will notice that they are only in a group, temporary group, but they are different pieces. So here you will notice that if I go back to GPU, ungroup it, so you will see that they are basically just like this. Okay, so that's what it do actually, and this works better if you have more than one object. So if I will take this, okay, this, then maybe this. Now let's do one thing. Let's put the star in a different color. Rest I will keep as it is. So I will just make a copy of this down. Now if I will select this whole and click on unite, they will all become one, and you can see that the whole color became the same. Now here, let's see, these two are same color, but this is a different color. So if I will select this whole thing here, okay, and if I will do merge, so you will see these two are merged, but this one you can see that on the screen, separated. Okay, like if I will ungroup it, so it will look like it's a minus front. But one thing is that if you are confused that if it is doing the same thing as trim, so what's the difference? The difference is that, let me make another copy here. Okay, let me delete this one, because now you know what is this. Because you might have a question like, trim is doing the same thing. Trim is trimming the part just like minus front, but it keeps the original. And merge is doing the same thing as well. But let's see of the difference now. This is a different part, like this is a different part, this is a different part, but these two are same color. This one is with a different color. Now these two is like these three are exactly same copy of the one that which we have on the top. Now if I will select these and use trim, and then I will select these and use merge. Now you will see the difference when I will ungroup them. Now let's see how the trim moves. If I will try to move this one, even though they are different color, even though they are same color, they did an exclusion here, just like minus front. This is what trim do. It trimmed this part, but it kept the original, so that it's your choice if you want to delete or not. This one here in the one where I use the merge, it did the trimming exactly the same thing that the trimming did here, but whatever was same color has become united, just like you do on the unite. So trim basically is completely just like X as minus front, exactly like minus front, but only difference is that it keeps the original file. Whereas merge is the combination of unite and minus front, and it keeps the original as well. So whatever is the same color will be merged, but whatever is not the same color will get minus front. So whatever is same color will be united, whatever is not the same color or it's a different color will get minus front. Okay, will become minus front. So I hope this is clear, a clear difference between these two, because kind of they look same, but the only difference is that whatever is same color, they will get united, whatever is not will get subtracted from the front object and it will keep the original. Whereas in the trim, whether they are same color or not, they will be always subtracted from the front object by keeping the front object. Now let's see another one here. Now this icon kind of look like same as the insert and intersect. Now let's see what does it do. Let me make two different rectangles here. Okay, and I will copy this one down, but here I will make one of them a different color. So these two are same, these two are different. Now let's see what happens if I will use crop on the same one and crop on the different one. So if I will select these two, press crop, so you will see that it did exactly the same thing what the intersect do. Okay, and apart from that, you can ungroup it and you can move around the object wherever you want. Okay, but there is one thing you will see that the frame is still there. Okay, so you can still select the frame, you can still colorize this frame, and you can move it around. So the frame will be always there. Okay, and which frame? The one which was, I think, the front one will be there, and it will be framed. It will be without any fill, without any stroke. So you can do the stroke or fill anytime you want. So that's what it will do if you have two same color, and it will give you just a cropped version. So why this is called cropped? The reason this is called cropped, because it will crop that part which you created last. Okay, so this is the box which I created last. It will crop that box, and whatever is inside that box will remain on the screen. Okay, just like this part. That's why it is called crop. Now what happens, let's see if we do with the different color. I'll select these two, and whatever is in the front will become the frame, just like whatever is front. Whatever is in the front means something that you create in the last. So whatever you create at last comes automatically in front. So that's one thing to talk about here. Now let's go and crop here. Now you know exactly it did the same thing. Whatever is in the front will be cropped, and whatever is in the behind will remain on the screen. Just exactly, no matter the colors are same or different, it will always give you the same result. Okay, So so that's what it do actually. And then later on you can take your direct selection tool or ungroup it to only select your that cropped object, do whatever you want with it. So it crops the one that you create in the front or create in the last and keep everything inside. But if it keeps it, it will keep it without any fill color, without any stroke color. So this is what it do. Now just select this one and I will delete this. Now let's see the uh, other one. This is called outline. Now outline works specifically with the outline, but let's see what happens if I make something which is fill, not an outline. So these two I have, they both are different colors and they both are are with the fill color, not with the stroke color. If I select this and click on the outline, so you will see what it do. It converts them into an outline. Okay. And when it converts them into an outline, depending on what size of the outline they give, I'm not sure, maybe thinner. Okay, if I increase this one, yeah, it is too thin. So you have to select and increase it. But it will be in a group, so you can, and it will be in a group, and the size of the stroke will be too small. So you will see that it had converted those to fill into a outline. And if I would ungroup it just to see, you will notice that it uh, did everything just like what it did with the uh, divide. Only thing it kept was that it converted that into what stroke. So kind of like a divide, but it worked with the stroke. Okay. Now if I will undo this whole thing, and let's see if I have only outline, and let's see what happens if I have only outline. So let me select this one. Okay, let me make it a little thicker so that you can see. Now I have these both. I will select these both. Okay, and then simply I will click on the outline. Okay, not of a much difference, but you will see it will not give you any color. Okay, so because it is transparent, so you have to give your own stroke color here, and you have to give it your own thickness here, and then later on you can ungroup it. And when you ungroup it, you can move it wherever you want, and it's exactly like what it do with the divide, but it works with the outline. It converts everything as the outline. So if you are making something with a fill color, it will never give you a transparent output. The output will be always in the color that you used before to create those shapes, and before applying, like before applying the outline option. So that's what you get. Now we have here minus back. Now minus back is the opposite of minus front. It's all clear. It's basically not of a big deal. So I will take this one, created shape, and this shape. Now what else it will do is that they can be a same shape, they can be a same, or they can be a different color, like they can be a different color or same color, because it doesn't matter. It will always do the same thing. Now whatever is behind will get subtracted here. So this will be quite opposite of what we do here. So let's do one thing. Let's make a copy of this so we can see both results. First, let me do the minus front to see what it usually does. So it will subtract the front from it. Now here what it will do, it will subtract the back of it from here. So kind of same thing, but little opposite. So this is what the Pathfinder actually do. Now you can use the Pathfinder to create objects over here. Usually in the logo, it's always highly recommended if you create something out of a single shape. Suppose if you're using only circles to create a bird, so only use the circle. So let's see how we can make a like a bird over here, okay, with only using circle and Pathfinder options. So I will make a, like I will choose a color here for the fill, maybe brown color. And let's make a bird with a brown color. The first thing I want to do is to make the body of a bird. Now, to convert this into a body of a bird, what I will do, I will just move this one with a different color so it will be easier for me to see. Now, if I will move it here somewhere, you can see that this can be converted as a body of a bird. Okay, so that I can do here. And also one thing is that I need a head of a bird. So head of a bird, also I will do a circle. So I will stick to like circle, that's all. So I will put it somewhere where the joint, these, tangent, which is the line at the curve of a circle meets, there you just put it. Okay, don't overlap it, don't put it somewhere else. So this is a quite good area here. And what else I can do here is that let me make for beak. Okay, for the beak we will do later. Now first thing what I want here is that I will select it all and I will choose divide. Now once I will do the division, I have to do ungroup, and the parts that I don't want, I will delete those. I don't want this part, I don't want this part, I don't want this top part. Okay, but I think it didn't divided it correctly because of the position of the birds of this. So this need to be a little at the back. Now select it all, divide. Now I'll delete, I'll first ungroup it, select this part. Now I can select this part, select this part. Now these two I want to merge. So I will select that and unite. Okay. So I'm getting some shape over here. And now I want to create a beak. To create a beak, again I will use circle. This time I will use two circles, the same size but different color, so it's easily for me to understand. Now to make a beak, I have to put this just like this. Now I will choose intersect. Now this thing can become the beak of the bird. So I can use it just here. Select these two, again unite. Okay. In the end, you can change the color, doesn't matter. Now I want to create some tail parts. To create the tail, I will just make another circle here and few different circles. And then I will do the minus front. Okay. And then this can be the tail of the bird. So I can just put this one here, put this here. Or you can also rotate if you want. So you can transform, but don't try to change the shape of it. Now I will select all of it again, use the Pathfinder divider, and then I will ungroup it. Now the parts that I don't want, I will just remove those parts from here. This one, this one, this one. All of them I will select and unite. Okay, one part was left here. I think, I don't know. Yeah, these parts. Now select and unite, and you can see we are getting some sort of a shape over here. Or I think the better would be, instead of making a new one, delete this, take the same and click over here. Okay, a bit, you can rotate it just like this. Now you have to change the colors of it, because if you will do the division, it will not divide it correctly. So they all have to be different color. Now if I will select this one, Pathfinder, and divide, ungroup, and now the parts that I don't want, I will just remove those. Okay. Now these, what I can do here is that I can take this part and this part and this and this, okay, and give it same color as this but little darker, okay, and here this part, this part. Okay, one more thing you have to do, you have to also unite it so it will become one. Then give this color. The same thing with this and this, little bit more darker, okay, and unite, and this one as well, little bit more darker, and keep it as it is. Okay, so this is how we got this icon of a bird, and this can become a logo. You can create this as a logo if you want, and this is how you do the parts over here. If you want more, you can add more. In the end, what I can do, I can select this all and I can use merge over here, so it will go inside one part as it. Okay, so this is how you can create one shape. Any questions so far? Anyone who have question? Is all clear? Okay, now what I will do here is that let me create a logo here so that you can understand how we can use the logo, and I will show you one website. Okay, usually I use time to time this website. What it do is that it generates the name of a company uh, based on keywords that you give. So I will choose these keywords. I will press generate. Select at least one name length, 3 to 6 letters. Okay, that's fine. So it will give me a lot of names over here. Now, if I want to create any name, so I have to search for, okay, print tile is a good name, so I will choose print tile. Now I have two things in my mind right now. One is the print, other is the tile. Okay, so what I can do here is I want to search something about the print tile. Okay, so I will write here print, printer, icon, just to see how the printer icon looks like actually. Okay, so I will have some idea of how the printer icons actually look. And then what I can do here is that I can type here about tile icon. So it will give me some idea. Now I have to combine printer with the tile. So that I like this is the first task that you have to do, how you will combine a printer and a tile. And then you have to create a logo related to the print tile. Okay, so how the tiles look like, something like this can be a tile. This is a good kind of a tile here. Okay, and this can be a good like feature here. So let's see what are the combinations, how you can combine them. So let me put this here. And yeah, okay, so let's do some like sort of a search over here. What can be a good combination here? Okay, one combination I'm thinking of, this and this. Okay, so what I can do here is that maybe if I will click this one, okay, and copy this, go back here, paste it, okay, and then I can image trace it. So you can go to image trace button. We did this in one of our lessons, so you can check the lessons online. It should be there. So if you don't have the tracing option, you can just go to window here and search for that. So you will see somewhere here image trace. Okay. Uh, Somewhere it is there. I'm not sure where it is hidden, but in one of these options you will see it's hidden kind of. So you just have to press the image trace auto color button, so automatically it will do everything for you. So what it do is that it converts your regular image into a vector image. So it is now a vector image. So as much I will zoom in, you will see the quality will remain as it is. But it will make it like a single file, so you have to expand it. So as soon you will expand it, you will do you will take your direct selection tool, delete the background. Okay, so now there is no background, so I will select the whole thing and convert it as a group right now. Okay, it is already a group, I think. Yeah, it's already a group. Now I can give it a color here. Okay, but there are some parts here inside. This should be white color. Now let's see what we can do here. I will take my rectangle tool here. Okay, put something here back. First of all, let's make a copy of this one, because don't work on the original. Never work on the original, otherwise you will lose your file. Change this color of it. Okay. And put it somewhere here. Now what I will do, I will select all of it and I will go to Pathfinder and divide it. Let me put this more on the top. Now I will ungroup it. I don't want this part. Only thing I want is this, but I want it to white color and I want a black stroke, something like this. But the stroke I want it inside, not outside. So I will click on the stroke button. Then there are like alignment of the stroke. Do you want it in the like center? Right now it is in the center. You want it outside, so it will go outside. If you go inside, so it will go inside of the line that is drawing. So I want it inside. Then joints, corners, I want to round. So it will create round corners here. Now I'm done with this. And if I will go to my direct selection tool, I can select these parts and make them rounded rectangle if you want. Otherwise, you don't need it. Okay. Now, when I'm done, I will bring this one, put somewhere here. Okay. Now I will make another copy of this one. And what I will do at this stage is I will take my rectangle here of a different color, different fill color, make it rounded. Okay, I will put one here, other one I will take it here, and simple what I'm going to do is that I'm going to transform this differently. So for that, I have to go in this option here, and there's a shear tool. So I have to first click here, then take the shear tool and move this something like this with the shift key, so it will go down exactly 90 degrees. And then I will try to put this here and scale this so it kind of matches with my line of this thing. So it is not matching, so I will try to match. Now it is matching, it is following that. I'll put it together. Okay, first of all, what I will do here is that I will take these two and I will use this one, I will convert into a different color. Then I will select these two and I will apply divide on it. So the parts that I don't want, I will first remove it after ungrouping. I will do the ungroup, then select this, select this one, the small part, delete it. Now I will select all of it, change and unite it. So there will be one color. Now once I'm done, I will put it here somewhere. Okay, maybe a little bit on the top here. And one more thing is that I have to create one more with a different color here. Now you will understand once I will do the remove trim division, then you will understand what we are doing. Now I will select all of it, Pathfinder, and divide again, and now I'll ungroup it. Now, after doing that, I will select, okay, one more thing. Let me undo that. I will make one more copy and put it here somewhere. Now I will select back for the whole thing here, Pathfinder divide, and now I will ungroup it. Once I will do the ungroup, I will delete the parts that I don't want. I don't want this part, I don't want this part. The only part I want is here, so I will select this part and delete the others. Now this I can go and convert into white color, exactly what I did with that top part. Take the stroke, give it a black color here, some sort of a stroke, okay, but the stroke should be inside, so it is going inside, that is fine. And I want the cap to be round cap, okay, so I will choose that, so the corners will become a little smoother, and I will put it somewhere here. Okay, now one thing I have to do manually here is that I have to take my direct selection tool, take all these these top points with the shift key so that they always select, and I will move them down a bit here. Or you know what the best will be, give it reverse this, and no, I don't want any fill color. This thing here will be too complicated because it's better to create something simple. So what I will do, I will make a shape here just in order to remove this. So I will select this one and minus front. Okay, now as this part is concerned here, this one, so I can do what? I can move this down, this point, and select these 2 points because these were 2 points, and then I can go here, okay, and I can go to the path and I can join this, so this will become 1. Okay, now I will go and try to put it here somewhere, but I need to fix something this point so that it stays same. So I will move this one down. Now at this stage, what I will do here, I will select the whole thing, take this point and try to give a rounded rectangle here. Now once this is done, I will reverse this, so the stroke will become fill will become stroke. I'll give a little bit stroke here, okay, but this time I will give a stroke outside and rounded corner, so it will become a little, you can say, thicker. Now last thing, I'll just take a line here. First of all, you should know what is your stroke if you're creating something like this. So my stroke is 7. So the line that I will create now here should be 7 as well. Okay, so it's automatically 7, it will automatically calculate. Now here there is some extra points. If you want to remove those, like suppose if I don't want, I can delete that. Sorry. With here you have to go, okay, and click on the points that you don't want. Okay, let me remove this one for a while. And click only on those points, because there are some extra points here that you don't want, so you can remove those. Now it's all fine. Okay, last thing what I will do here is that I will just make a simple rectangle. Okay, and I will use my shear tool here, shear it this way, and then I will make it smaller, put it here, but there should be inside color on this, which is white, and it will kind of look like this. And one more thing here, what I will do is that I will make a box here, and inner fill color black, outer color no, and plus if I will go to my direct selection tool, I can make it all rounded, but this paper have to be in front of this. So I will go right click, arrange, bring to front, and you will have this. Now the thing was that the idea was in my mind, so I knew what I have to do. That's the only thing. Rest is you know how to work on it. So I made a printer and which have a tile on it, and this I can select all. Okay, group it. You can make it somewhere. Okay, and put it in the right direction where you want, and you can type here the text that you're looking for. First of all, I want a nice looking font here. So I will choose this. Okay, or just type it like this, and I will reduce the space between this, and I will give some space here. Once you are done, you can select, you can make a duplicate copy of it, so that if you want to change, you can change it. And then I can make a new layer and put this one from here. I will drag up, it will drag it here, and I will hide this one, and then I will come back here. Also you can lock this one. Object, okay, sorry, type, then create outline. So what it does is that it will convert them into shape. So when they are converted into shape, you can easily change them. Like suppose this one, I can take the bottom thing, Okay, so easily I can change these. Space between each of these so they can become more tighter associated to each other. Make sure the space between each letter is same if you're giving some spaces here. Okay, one thing I usually do or like to do all the time is like create some sort of association with these kind of shapes. Okay, like suppose if I will go here, I will remove all these points, only keep one point here. Okay, and I can convert this point with the anchor point tool. I will just click here, so it will become sharper. So I can put this all in one line and in this shape. And then I will take this one, anchor point tool, sorry, the pen tool. So you can remove that. If you will click on it, it will create a division now, like a subtraction. Now here what I need to do is that I have to go back to my pen tool and create one point somewhere here. Okay, once you are done, you can join it together. Now I'm done with this, so I want to find a good place to put this all together. So what I can do here is that I can work with this option here. Okay, and I can double click to go inside, and one thing I can do here is that make a box here without any fill color, without any stroke. I will make a box without any stroke, create something like here. When you double click any object which is a group, you go inside that group. So now I cannot work anything outside the group, only I will be work on the items which are inside the group. So that is one technique to do. Now here I will use minus front. Okay, and when you are done with this part, so what you can do here is select the bottom parts here, this, select this part, okay. So something like this can be with the help of your uh, Pathfinder tool, you can create like that. Just thing is you just need an idea, that's all. Rest creating anything, making anything, you just have to figure out how it will be done, that's all. Main thing is the idea that you have in your mind. Now for a nice touch up, I can just put this trademark symbol over here somewhere, to give a nice touch to it. Okay, so something like that, this you can create, and that's how it will like become your logo. Okay, so I hope this is clear by now, and we'll keep the class till here. Next time we will work on the 3D objects, but before 3D objects I will tell you how you can place anything inside Illustrator on 3D surfaces. Like suppose if you want to create mock-ups, like you want to show that you have a wall or a package, and on that package, if you want to put your own design or something, so you for that purpose you can use that replacement that is called 3D like perspective replacement that we will learn before moving to actual 3D. So everything is clear. Any question? Anyone who have the question so far? And by this week, I will check all your other assignments and midterms because the issue was that I was not getting enough time to check. But by this, I will by this week I will surely do that. Anyone who have question regarding the Pathfinder? Is everything clear? Okay. So we'll meet next week. Okay, and then we will work on the perspective. Okay, how to work on the perspective. Okay, so bye everyone and take care. You're welcome.
Bye bye.
Okay, bye everyone.